Here with, there I almost did it again, Bubba Fairman, Brighton High product, Sandy native. Won a thing called the National Championship in Maryland. No big deal, I guess. That's okay. Now with, we'll show you guys the logo, Cannons Lacrosse Club.
Yeah, baby.
In the Premier Lacrosse League. One of the best short stick defensive midfielders in the league, in my opinion. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Stay humble, right? How's it feel being back in Utah, though, man?
It's great. I mean, last year was obviously a surreal moment, being able to come home, play professional lacrosse for my family. So I'm really looking forward to doing the same thing this year. And it's cool, right? Being a part of Utah Summit, a club team I direct here. It's like I get to connect with all the little kids that I've been coaching, and now they get to see me play, so they know I'm not just kind of spewing some BS. So yeah, it's going to be fun. When
you come back here as a professional lacrosse player and you think back to, probably feels like forever ago, it was really only a couple years ago, but when you were, you know, a junior high kid, a high school kid before you got off to prep school in Maryland, and now what you're doing, to think of coming back as a professional lacrosse player, do you ever have to pinch yourself a little bit, like, this is still a possibility, this is still an option for me?
Yeah, I mean, all the time. It was like, even growing up, like, college seemed such like a far stretch, right? And now we're, you know, playing the best lacrosse in the world in my backyard. So still always pinch myself.
What do you think it means to have players from Utah? A couple of your teammates who also spent a lot of time here in Utah, up at the University of Utah, that kind of thing. Obviously, Josh is on this team as well. He's from Utah. To have kids like that, what do you think it means for, like, young aspiring lacrosse players to kind of have that goal, I guess?
Yeah, no, I think it makes the dream a little more tangible, right? You see it on the field right in front of you in your own state, right? Any young kid growing up can go out, watch Josh, watch Adam Gittleman, watch Will Manny, watch myself play, and now they can really feel that sense of they can work for it, right? Before, it was really nothing like that. So it's really special, and I think it's an honor.
You're still relatively new to the professional game, I guess. Got to remind myself of that every now and then. I think you got a pretty decent career, again, in my opinion. Stay humble.
Thank you.
I think you got a pretty decent career ahead of you. But you're also giving back already a little bit to the game some. You mentioned you're involved with Summit Lacrosse Club, one of the local clubs here, one of the larger clubs here on the Wasatch Front. You kind of helped start it up with Will and with Adam. Just walk me through a little bit about Summit, kind of how you guys got started, and what it means to be able to give back to the local lacrosse community in Utah, I guess.
Yeah. So Summit was started originally when Adam, Will, and Marcus Holman, and then Coach Holman came out here. Adam and Will kind of took it over 2 years ago, and I jumped in last year. But, you know, I think it's such a great club just because, again, right, growing up, I never had the opportunity to go play in front of coaches and to be coached by coaches that played at the highest level, that are still playing at the highest level. So I think that's like the greatest part about Summit, being able to come back and just see how much the sport has grown, but also try to dip my hand in to help grow it more, just with the great guys around me.
Let's move a little bit to on the field, because we've talked about the growth of the game here in Utah. And actually, no, maybe one more question. Last question about the growth of the game here. Just where it was, kind of where you were growing up, to where you see it now through Summit and through, it's obviously sanctioned by the high school association and everything else. What do you kind of make of just sort of the growth of lacrosse in the Beehive State, I guess?
I mean, I think it's awesome, right? It's allowing a lot of high schools to kind of grow and expand, so kids don't have to travel or transfer to different schools. I think it's such a great sport, and just by putting a stick in the hands of kids all across the state, it's something amazing and something I wish I could have been a part of, you know, growing up and helping expand the game. But, you know, I'm fortunate enough now to kind of give back a little bit to that. So
I gotta imagine you probably had a couple of ticket requests and whatnot for tomorrow's match.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe one or two.
Yeah,
right?
One or two. That's
you and a couple of teammates, I'm sure. It feels like Cannons could have a little bit of a home field advantage.
I hope so.
Tomorrow,
yeah, we better.
Right?
We better. Yeah, my family's going to be on the field, so that's
even
good.
Even
that's
better.
The loudest,
even better.
loudest
Yeah, exactly.
In the crowd.
Exactly. What is this Cannons Lacrosse Club, and what can you tell us about the culture, the style of play? What do you guys kind of try to do as you go through what I think is one of the most incredible turnarounds in the league, by the way, in the last year, where this club was last year to what you guys have built this year, second in the league, I think it is, as everything stands and everything. Yeah. What's sort of the culture and the ethos and the mantra of this club?
Honestly, I think the biggest culture is just like having a selfless attitude and being team first, right? I mean, everybody in the pros can obviously play lacrosse, and that's why we're here. But, you know, you get a good group of guys like we have here to buy into one identity and one team, and that team is just trying to win and get better every single game, right? I mean, winning is obviously a byproduct of getting better every single game, and that's our main goal right now. And so many guys are just great at personifying our culture. I mean, you look up and down the floor, and we got Ethan Rawl, who first-year rookie, takeaways, ground balls. We got Kirsty stepping up in cage. Like, everybody is just taking on this unselfish attitude and just absolutely killing it.
For sure, for sure. Bubba Fairman, Cannons Lacrosse Club. Again, we'll show the jersey one more time. Right there, making a homecoming back to Utah. Thanks for joining with me.
Absolutely.